Archaic heart fever evidence indicates a plan to rejuvenize multilateral cooperation against stereotypes seen consider dire evidence in impact to cooperation, even if you lose every other impact debate. They conceded cooperation decreases probability of war because it increases because the decreases between nations. Their first argument that we don't solve because we don't change how the uses work. This few evidence, if evidence doesn't assume the error spring, this evidence doesn't assume the plan was increased multiple. They say we can't increase credibility of Libya is the key test case consider fever evidence in our key test evidence indicates we have overcome things like detention and status quo. Even if they read evidence that says there are all cause or fever evidence indicates this the test case to the new multilateral proper world. They say the warming impact is wrong. The more distinction we are the side of the scientific consensus. Even if they read evidence that may be supported by some scientists, we other scientific consensus. None of us scientists usually default to the consensus on this matter to who are qualified. It's all paid by the big oils x secret.org that says Arizona State University Computer received 46,500 excellent mobile on the Institute of Western U.S. Association IPCC's overwhelmingly qualified represents a global scientific institution. 2005, the figures contributed 30% of the IPCC's report they saw the differentiated uncertainty involving of this debating possible world's climate society, especially the leading field of the video sense during the study process and newest computer models for global warming isn't within the natural variation. New scientists don't accept the world essentially with the new forecast on computer models that include various and much natural variations very likely leading to models that include only natural influence and temperature are overall report. The models also include gases and solar variation does not cause warming. This is McKinnon at Alice 2007. The study cannot explain warming. There is no because the evidence in coming occurs correlation holds up that only if data can correct other fields to say this correlation is actually dubious manipulation data in order to suit this hypothesis. Even if it's cause of great resistance do not turn in influence the temperature, they cannot explain the rapid warming. Their next argument on this advantage that China does takes out the impact this meeting this week. You can see there are gives evidence that fever evidence indicates we get China on board to cooperation decrease and decrease emissions. They say China's not going to decrease emissions. That's relevant. You can see the argument that we're going to do other things to decrease emissions, like carbon sequestration. They say there's an cause of plant salts that results of that. They say feedbacks is all answered above. Go to the prolific impact of Gulf evidence indicates high risk because of security issues. The answer their evidence indicates it's no risk. Though they say prolific is notable because of other threats. It doesn't assume the rejuvenated multilateralism. So get us and fever evidence indicates, but it doesn't assume the error spring. They say cooperation is not pleasant solve. We don't have to know that prolix is going to be fast. We just have to know the new arsenals equals miscalculation, increased risk, and cooperation is it's all about. Straight off the set. The money salary allocated to Sarbidemian evidence for hypothesis indicates $200 million salary allocated to the budget takes that you need to their impacts proves that you don't have impact. They say something incoherent aid now. Their evidence is from December. It doesn't assume yes if their evidence does assume it proves that it doesn't link to politics. Then a condition counter plan.
We just gave aid, so if he still has capital, it proves doesn't affect.
If we just gave aid, if he still has capital, it proves doesn't affect counter plan. The counterplus is the signal if you conceded. The two risky atom, the counterplus also the internal net. If the counterplan, the impacts we saw the signals necessary to solve for terrorism. This is a internal impact. It does not kick out the counterplan. Correctly hold him to this argument. Politics. You need to speak. We can show you need to best feel that only conclusive evidence. PTC is not going to pass. It's forbidden evidence indicates that there's no chance of passing. It's only conclusive evidence. We don't have to read more. Our colder evidence indicates the Boyer is going to come out swinging on